Yeah! Yo! How's it going, guys? This is gonna be a short one here. I wasn't able to get on here as fast as I wanted to when I got out of work, and an unexpected thing came up. To be honest, this was a unexpected thing. I wasn't gonna come on till 10, but I had a couple of hours after work. Figured I'd jump on and do something then. But plans changed, so I'll just be on here for like 30 minutes or something like that. Tonight, though, whenever I get on here, I'm gonna talk about some stuff. Hey, I'll turn this thing on here. Got some shit going on. We're gonna watch. I have some fucking clips pulled up. I don't know if the people that watch these streams even pay attention to politics or anything, but after the vote on the continuing resolution last week, it's been hilarious to watch the slimy reptile Chuck Schumer. Oh God. But yeah, it's been interesting. It's actually been hilarious to listen to him. I can't fucking believe that he has been the leader of the Democrats in the Senate for as long as he's been. Shouldn't even be allowed to be there. What a slimy fuck. But oh my God, this guy's out. He is out on like everywhere. You can find interviews with this guy everywhere, and we're gonna watch a few of them later. He is saying like the most bizarre shit. The most bizarre shit. Hold on, let me turn this down. This seems to be like it's recording pretty loud. There we go. We're in business. Also, I think I gotta fucking... Oh no, that's the background here. But oh my God, yeah, it's been great. Just streaming here now. Probably, I don't know. Streams whenever I'm like gonna talk about, I don't know, politics or movies or some shit like that. Probably do the streams where I'm like having drinks and bullshitting with chat and all that stuff. Probably still do that on Odyssey or D Live or some shit like that. Got to see if I need to see about. I was talking to John. John and I were supposed to do something like the other week. I don't know what happened. We were gonna do a program. But yeah, back to what I was saying. These fucking clips of this guy. This is insane shit. Talk about that later. I got this. I mentioned it on like the fourth. I think it was like the fourth episode of this new. Not like new. of like these programs where I'm like talking about politics and shit. I was talking about Social Security and how some of the things they were talking about with that. I'm going to talk more about that tonight because I pulled up some other things and actually have some numbers that bolsters what I was saying about how like the whole goal of all of this shit, the cuts to Social Security, like the employees of the Social Security Administration, the cuts to that shit, the idea of like no tax on overtime, no tax on tips, all that shit, aside from that benefiting, like the no tax on tips thing, aside from that benefiting super wealthy people who would be able to reclassify some of their work or some of their income as tips. But this also decreases the hours, the wages that are taxed, like from the main group that is paying these. Like all of their wages are taxed for Social Security. No tax on overtime, no tax on tips. That is a large chunk. Well, it's not taxed any different. It's the same percentage, but it's just less stuff that's being taxed for Social Security that'll deplete the trust fund, and then people will only be able to receive, and it's by statute. We'll talk about the article later. It's by statute that there's like an ability to pay. What is it here? Oh, fuck you. Yeah, it's the authority to pay, the ability to pay, and the capacity to provide real resources. I'll talk about all that later. But no, this is all bad, and it's all an effort to try to like privatize it. And I had some thoughts about that, and I don't know. Perhaps before I go into it later, because it is just speculation, total speculation on my part. But I'm wondering, like, the more of these government agencies and like the things that they do, the more that they are privatized, and the more effort is like put to like move towards that. That gives the government, in a way, it's not them doing it. Like, what's the argument? Like, people would cry and complain, and they're like, we don't have free speech, but they've like never read the First Amendment, where it says like Congress shall make no law abridging free speech, right? So if it's not Congress making the law, and you have a private company that's administering like a function that the government used to do, like publicly, right? For like, it was just like something that they did. If you fucking that opens it up to where like they can now just like cut you off. You can almost just be disappeared completely. To where like, oh well, like you could be a Nazi, you could be like a racist, and still at the end of like your work life still receive your Social Security, because it's like you have to. You're a citizen. You paid into it your whole fucking life. And I need to know more about like what exactly they do with privatization of something like that and how that would work. But if it's just like you're paying into it your whole life for like the promise that you're going to get something back out of it, and they'll like be able to lure you into it, like, oh well, if they would have taken the money that's gone into Social Security since since 1970 and put it in like the S&P or in the stock market or something, or in a 401k, they would have like fucking so much more money than they have now. It's like, yeah, but you know that looking backwards, right? You're looking backwards and you see how history has played out. Like, it's easy to fucking say that. But what about like imagine the people who are like close to retirement now, or are like ready to retire right now. And like Social Security was meant to be like part of like a I've heard people call it like a three-legged stool, but like it's one of three parts of your income after retirement, where it'd be like pensions, Social Security, and then like whatever you do privately, right? Like, and shoot, I just like lost track of what I was saying. Oh, yeah, we'll talk more about that later though. But like, it's it's so fucking stupid, and people will be like, oh, it's just like adding to the debt and all this stuff. Well, you can't borrow to pay it out. Like, you can't borrow money to pay out Social Security. Like, it's self-funded. It's a payroll tax. Yeah, employers and employees, employers at 6.2%. So you pay 6.2, and then the employer pays the rest. And I've been like fucking raging about this for like the past 2 months. I've even had some people say like, dog, you talk nonstop now about like fucking taxes and Social Security and shit. And it's like, yeah, these motherfuckers, dude, are like trying to steal and shit. They're trying to fucking steal. And it's like the same class of people who like pay dog shit wages to their workers. And like some of these people, like you hear about it with fucking Walmart, where yeah, they come in, they do the job and whatnot. Their workers are paid fucking shit. Like, they can sell their stuff for like cheaper than like a grocery store and like a general store and stuff like that. But the wages that they're not paying their employees are being dished out in like government, like they have like fucking food stamps and shit like that, because Walmart won't fucking pay these people. Meanwhile, they're like, yeah, we're making in all this extra money. Like, fuck you. Like, fuck all that noise. Shit's it's fucking infuriating. I hate it. I guess I don't need that thing pulled up here. But yeah, oh my god, yeah. And then I saw this I was looking at this article yesterday. This guy, I forget what state it was in. I want to say it was Minnesota. I think it was Minnesota. I'm pretty sure it was Minnesota. This guy, this fucking Republican state senator, or like someone in like the state government, not the federal government. This fucking jackass, instead of like, legislate, it's the same fucking shit that the Trump administration does, where they're like, hey, we took segregation off this thing. It's like, cool, dude. Like, shit still is like expensive as fuck, and and like I'm poor. You know what I mean? It's like, fuck you, dude. And then like all the bullshit that's gone on with him and like the NLRB and this like fucking guy I worked at Walmart for a summer, LMAO. We talking the Walmart model? Well, yeah, I guess so. See, this is like, you know what? And like sometimes I feel like really dumb because I haven't fucking... Like, I just haven't even been, like, paying attention to, like, anything that's been going on. I've just been, like, living under a fucking rock. Being out here, like, being pissed off about fucking, I don't even know, like... I don't even know. Like, what was, like the unjustified things that, like, being mad about. Like, spending any time being mad, like, bro... In this movie, they made this person, like, can you believe that in this fucking homo's play that he wrote, that Alexander Hamilton is black? It's like, who cares, right? And I thought it was fuck Alexander Hamilton. And I'm beginning to think I need to, like, go back and, like, read up on some of this shit that, like, I've just, like, heard. Where it's like, all right, what are we talking about here? Like, a lot of the stuff that, like, I've heard on, shit. During, like, the run-up to Trump 2016, all the things about, like... Dude, I remember hearing about unitary executive powers in, like, 2017 on Fascination. They're talking about it. And some of these other, ideas about, like, and you, like, see a lot of it now. And it's like, well, this is actually gay as fuck. And then... You think, like, oh, what purpose is this being done for? And it's not that, like, it's like, oh, like, authoritarianism isn't, like, inherently bad, right? It's, what is the motivation in these people's brains? Like, what's going on in their fucking brains? What are they thinking about? Why are they doing it? If it was, like, a benevolent illiberalism, that'd be great. Because it's being done for, like, the best, like, you have the best intention for the people you're there to serve and represent. But this is not, like, I would say that this is bad because it's being done to benefit, like, a few people. So it's like a malevolent illiberalism, where it's like, oh, we're going to do all of the worst shit and, like, govern, like, it's almost by design to, like, do shit that fucking sucks. But I mean, like, even Ethnarch was saying, like some of the times, like some of the things that he was like talking about then, he was saying stuff like, I guess that was about like building the wall and whatnot, but it's also about like what other powers come along with some of the things whenever you declare this shit, and it's like, who's declaring this? Like, who is the one that is going to be like putting this like into effect, making these proclamations? Is this like an evil scumbag type guy? Is that what's like, is it that type of person? Or is it someone who like genuinely like wants to improve living conditions for average Americans? And then it's like infuriating watching these spineless, like piece of shit, like Democrats, like these fucking people who, you know, a lot of the things that they have to say about like economy and shit like that, and like, it sounds good, but they have to they absolutely have to fucking go and ruin it. It's almost as if like they exist as a foil. It's like you say a lot of good shit and like stuff that I would agree with, but what in the fuck is with all of this like freak shit? You know what I mean? And then you hear them on these interviews they get on, and it doesn't even fucking matter who it is. It doesn't fucking matter. They act totally clueless. They're like, I don't know what the problem is. They're like, we have no idea what it could possibly be, why they would vote for someone like him over a party who, like, you know, isn't out here like actively trying to fucking like steal from you and like tariffs, like it's a fucking consumption tax, and it's regressive because it affects people who make less fucking money. So it's like, but they're clueless. They're like, oh well, why would they possibly like go for a party like that? And it is so simple. It's so simple. Drop the like queer shit. Like, quit talking about these fucking weirdos. It's so simple. It's just so simple. It's totally like just escaped. Like, they've never even thought of it, never even considered it. It's like you'll hear them say like a bunch of cool shit, but like they're like, oh, they want to cut all these like social programs because this is all like shit that they can just like fucking pay for these tax cuts over the next 10 years for these fucking billionaires. And then they say, oh, they want to like make the Social Security Administration function worse so that it like breaks the bond that the public has with it, because it's like the most popular fucking program in the country. It's like one of the only good things that the fucking government does, and they're like, we're going to make this fucking thing run really poorly. And I listened to this shit today talking about like administrative costs, that like the Social Security Administration operates for fucking, it's like less than 1% administrative costs. And then you have like these other like these private firms who offer the same sort of thing, like retirement plans and shit like that, and their administrative costs are like fucking 16 to 20%. And they're like, oh well, here's how we're gonna find some savings. It's all about savings, as like the fucking the drooling moron says to like his knuckle dragging audience. The way that we're going to find the savings is to cut the staff at one of the administrations that like doesn't really even receive that much. They have like fucking 70,000 people that work in the whole fucking administration, and they're like, we're going to like cut a whole bunch of their employees so that like, wait times on phones, which now, like as of the other day, starting on the 31st, you're not going to be able to call and talk to them and straighten things out like without going there in person. All while they're like closing offices, closing some of these offices. So now some people are going to have to drive like 2 or 3 fucking hours to get to an office to do some of this shit. Barrison Jeterix, as a billionaire myself, Larry, it's time you plebs learn to stand on your own. We're bringing you a true anarcho-primitivism. Give us 5 years. Yeah, you fucking slave cavemen. It's infuriating. Fucking hell. But yeah, no. What the hell? Yeah. So you're gonna have to like go there and like verify, like the things you'd be able to call and get straightened out now. Not gonna be able to do it anymore. So you're gonna have thousands of fucking people pouring into less offices, and they have to drive hours to get there in some cases. So then what? So then, like, what about that? Like, the wait times are going to be so long, they're going to have to fucking stay there in the town for a couple of days to get straightened out their shit with Social Security that they could have just done over the fucking phone? What kind of fucking retard shit is this? Bunch of fucking, it's nonsense is what it is. And then people will come out and they're like, yeah, bro, but you know what? They did away with fucking, like, they don't have segregation explicitly listed on government contracts as a thing. Like, hey, you can't be a thing that does segregation and get government contracts. They did that. It's like, oh, does that, like, you know, tell me, like, tomorrow morning when you wake up how that improved your life. Tell me how, like, that improved your life tomorrow morning. Let me know. And it's just so fucking, it's like, oh, well, you gotta think long term, bro. You gotta think long term, bro. Yeah, okay, long term, longer into the future that like these things that would genuinely affect you in your day-to-day fucking life just get ignored. They just go, yeah, just fuck them, just ignore it. Humiliation ritual for you. You and for you. Man, I would like listen to this if I could download an audio form of it. Well, Evs Nova 74, you are in luck. Actually, you're in luck, because I post them MP3s on Substack, and I'm gonna make an RSS feed just for like these things, not for like my fuck around programs where me and my friends talk about nothing. Movies, dancing, all the rage. You know what I'm saying? Fashion, style. They're the same thing. Style, dancing, right? But let me check the time here. I got a couple more minutes. But no, I mean, I'm going to do those streams too. They're going to exist. But I'm not going to put them on an RSS feed, especially if people only want to listen to like when there's actually things to talk about. And a lot of people do prefer to just listen to MP3s instead of having an app open and having to like, most people probably listen on their phone. Yeah, and I don't know if everybody has Telegram either, so like I post them on my Telegram as well. But oh yeah, like I was saying, that guy in fucking 15 minutes later, that fucking guy in Minnesota, right? I think it was Minnesota. It was in the fucking Midwest somewhere. This freak, instead of like doing anything that could potentially like help his constituents, this fucking jackass is introducing legislation for the state to look at Trump derangement syndrome as a mental illness. The fuck is that? Like, what the fuck is this? What are we talking about here? It's just embarrassing. And then, like, you think about, like, Trump derangement syndrome. They're like, bro, that's fucking every time that he does something, you have a negative reaction to it. It's like, could it also be that, like, anytime he does anything, you're like, that's the greatest thing in the world? It's like maybe the guy is just like a fucking, maybe he's just like an actual scumbag piece of shit. Like, have you considered that like he and all of the like people that he surrounds him with are like they're like I would say without question like some of the worst people on the planet. I mean, fuck. Says I am now. I don't know what that means, but yeah, it's like maybe that's the case. But yeah, no, this fucking clown on the very day that he introduced that legislation into the state for like their state level government shit, he he gets arrested soliciting a fucking 16-year-old. Ha! Have fun in prison. But hey, you know, maybe he'll get to like stay in his seat, right? Maybe they won't even call on the guy to resign. I know at least like one of them did. But like maybe it won't even be a problem. For the same reason that we're never going to fucking see the Epstein files, or at least the JFK files. He's like, "Hey, you know, people been waiting a long time for this." Dude, I've never waited. I don't give a fuck. It happened in 1963. And then I heard this asshole today on the news. He's like, "Oh, well, fuck, this guy, fucking, I don't fucking remember his name. It was like Anglesman or some bullshit like that. He's like, this guy, he recruited Oswald. Oswald had connections with the CIA. It's like, brother, I've heard that. You know, we've been hearing this forever. They're like, oh, well, now we have unredacted shit that was done behind closed doors. It's a big fucking deal. It's like none of these people are even alive anymore. None of them are even alive anymore. And oh my God. And it's like the retardation knows no bounds. You had that one broad in Florida, Luna, Anna Paulina Luna, I think. She was like, you know, we're going to do a fucking like commission on this. We're going to like get to the bottom of them. We're going to fucking call some of these people to testify after we get these documents. And she's like, yeah, we're going to call, you know, whoever is around from the Warren Report days. It's like they're all dead. Like the last one died like 10 plus years ago. They're gone. Like they're not coming to testify. They're not going to make it. Right? What do you mean? What shows? See, I think that there might be some. Warren is still alive. No, I'm pretty sure they're all dead, buddy. I'm pretty sure they're all dead. Warren Report survivors. Who is alive from the Warren Commission? I thought I just heard a smoke alarm ringing. Like I thought my house was on fire, but it was actually the music that's playing in my ears. So it says, yeah, come on, bud. The last living member of the Warren Commission was Gerald Ford, and he died December 26th, 2006. Ain't that something? Who are the surviving members of the Warren Commission? Nobody. Ford and McCloy. They're gone. Finished. They're done. He does a show with Strike. Oh my God. Yeah, Warren is alive. He is. So true. So true. My God, there's so much goofball shit that, I hope that fucking the Drifter is in here later. I hope he's in here drifting around. But, like I said, I need to go. I have to go do a couple of things for a couple of hours. I said I'd be on here at 10. It's probably going to be a little bit earlier than 10. But, yeah, I'll be on tonight for a little while. We got that Social Security stuff to talk about. Chuck Schumer, the spineless fucking jelly that he is. Slimy jellyfish. Glasses down to the, like, looking like the cover of a fucking German propaganda movie, right? What is it? Der Erwig Judah? I forget. Der Erwig Judah. Yeah. That's what it is. Because the W is a V sound. Erwig. Yes. Eternal. Yeah. It's rough. But yeah, no, he's slimy. He has no spine. And He's like, oh, wait till you hear the fucking clips and some of the deranged shit that he was fucking saying. Yikes. But guys, I gotta go. I'll be back in a little while. I'll see you then. Oh yeah!